Good morning, everyone. SurfCal. Today we are playing something a little different because I've fallen down a new hole. My friend Sam said, "Hey, you should try Balatro. I think you'd like it. I've been really addicted to it recently, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to pick it up right now." He was nice enough to buy me a copy of the game because he was so sure I'd like it. And after playing it for 8 out of the last 24 hours, I can say he was right. I like it. So we are going to go ahead. I'm going to show you what it is. This is a roguelike deck builder, kind of in the vein of Slay the Spire, except instead of being... most of the games I play have this very fantasy tinge to them or sci-fi. Most games in general have that sort of genre flair to them. This is a game that is pretty much fancy video poker. But I still love it. And it's surprisingly good and complex. So we're going to start with just a very base. So I've only won a few times, so I'm not going to promise that I'm going to win because it is a roguelike. As you go, you unlock different decks and more options that you can pick up. But we're going to go ahead and just start with the basic red deck. This is the starting deck. All it gives you is one discard every round. Some of these end up with some really crazy stuff. The abandoned deck is one of my favorites. Start with no face cards. So I say deck building, but we're not actually building our deck to start with. We have a standard 52 card deck. We can adjust that as we go to some extent. Our primary goal is just to get points. So in this case, we have to get at least 300 chips, and we get different poker hands. So we can see here, if we get a high card, we get 5 points times 1 is 5, plus whatever or 5 plus whatever the card is. So if we had an ace, it'd be 11, plus 5 is 16 total, which is not very many points. And then it gets higher as you go. And you can see here, these get bigger multipliers. We have we get to play 4 hands, and we can discard and redraw up to 4 times. So start off with, so we draw, you can see here, this is literally, 8 cards out of our 52 card deck. And given where we're at, now this first hand, you really don't have anything to go off of. There's nothing to really try to get necessarily. My offhand thoughts here are, we could pick a suit and go for a flush, which is not particularly likely, but we've got 4 discards to try and go for it, and one good hand like a flush would probably go a long way. Actually, wait, no, we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Straight will work. Simple enough. And you can see there, even though, a straight shows here as, 120, those extra points, even low, got us up to 200. Most of the time, simple hands like this don't go very far, but it's a good way to just get your cards out of your hand and make some progress also. And we also got very close in the process. So let's just do another 2 pair. You only score the cards that are part of the hand itself. and it does not matter if you go over. So we do get bonuses for doing remaining hands, so I probably could have tried to use my discards instead of my hands to get a little bit of extra cash. Now this is where the game gets awesome. So we have there are several different kinds of cards that you can get as kind of bonuses to enhance your run. There are jokers, which modify the way the game works, or give you modifiers on multiples. So in this case, allows straights to be made with a gap. So 2, 3, 5, 7, 8. With gaps, not just one gap. That is amazingly powerful if we wanted to try something along that route. So I think I'm going to pick that up. There are also tarot cards, which will let you do like little modifications. There are vouchers, which do different, give you different effects. But I think, yeah, we'll go ahead and start that. And we can go straight into round 2. Now, with this new bonus, I think 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 is now a straight because of this joker. So you can see right away how we can start taking advantage and building a strategy around what we're doing and what cards we get as an advantage. So 2, 3, 5, 7. Yeah, we don't have quite enough there. So I'm gonna use, actually, we're gonna do this. Because we've got all these discards, let's try to just get this in one more hand. But we're one card off of a straight flush. So if we get the ace, 7 or 8 of clubs. And you can actually at any time see what's still left here. So not great odds, but we've got 3 chances to dig for it. There we go. Straight flush. And we just blew that score out of the water. And we had 2 extra hands remaining this time because we focused on discards. So now we start getting into the cool stuff. The world, there's 4 tarot cards that let you change cards in your deck, or change the suit of cards in your deck. So this can be very powerful, especially if we want to try and focus. I mean, with this, it shouldn't be super hard to try and get those straight flushes. And this makes it a lot easier to do because we suddenly have 16 cards of one suit. We can try and double up. You wouldn't want to do like the aces or the 2s because they are kind of on the end cap. But if we had something in the middle here that's very versatile that we could get doubled up, that would be great. And just for the sake of showing it, I'm also going to pick up a pack of cards. And this is a celestial pack. So the planets are what we use to level up your hands. And actually, we just got Neptune, which is a straight flush. So now straight flush is even higher multipliers and bonuses. Spades are going to be debuffed for this, but the third round in each. So there's 3 rounds per, I guess, floor, which are called antes. And then the third one, it always has some sort of debuff to it. I'm not going to use this because spades aren't going to count for this round. So we already have 3 cards in a row suited. Let's go ahead and dig. all we should have to do is hit this royal flush once. Or straight flush. And that is more than enough for the next... I mean, honestly, that'll be enough to get us through a whole round. And that gets us a lot. Okay. Celestial packs always contain the planet card for the most played hand. So that pack that I opened, if I did that right now, you can see here, straight flush, straight, and two pair are the three things that we've gotten so far. So if we get one more straight flush, every celestial pack we open would have a straight flush, or a Neptune in it. We have the option to do tarot cards in it from a pack. We could buy another Joker. You can have up to 5. And this will give us a multiplier booster whenever we skip a pack. So if we open a pack and then don't take a card from it, this goes up a little bit. This is probably not worth it. I haven't really enjoyed this one because it requires you to spend a lot of money that you don't get any, that you get a pretty minor bonus for. This one I haven't actually used. So every planet card that we get after we buy this gives a little bit of a multiplier, and this is a times multiplier, not a plus multiplier. This could be really good. And honestly, I think I'm gonna take this. And we're gonna see if we can go nuts on this. Straight flushes was not something I was expecting to be going for. But, you know, you start seeing those, like what you can do with this very quickly of, okay, we don't have any great setups for this right now. We could try and go for the 6-7 and maybe keep the Jack as a middle, or as a potential high end, because we could do, like, all we'd need is a 9 to bridge those 7 and that 7 and 6. Yeah, I think that's okay. That did not work very well. We did not get what we wanted out of that. Okay. I think we dig one more time. Now, I do have another thought here. Four, 6, 7, 8. We don't have quite enough to bridge currently. I think I'm gonna still keep trying. Well, actually, okay, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do something here. So we're gonna go ahead. Now at this point, we've burned through most of our hearts already, but we've got tons of spades left. Well, I guess we still have a lot of diamonds left too. Maybe we just keep it. Don't be greedy. I was thinking that I could use this as an opportunity to do my spade switch. Actually, yeah, this is probably still a good time to do it, because so we've got the 7. If we get the 8, the 6, and the 4, and turn those into spades. Well, actually, no, we don't want to do that. There we go. There we go. So we're gonna do the, or keep the Jack still, I guess. But now we have 3 more spades and 3 less diamonds in our deck. So in the future, we are not gonna, diamonds are gonna be our discard fodder, pretty much. Okay, well, we're getting very low. Okay, well, we did not get it. So, I think we just take... At this point, we can just take our first straight. We still have 4 plays. Like, this just means we're not getting the really broken hand right off the bat. But there's still a really good chance that we're going to draw what we need at some point here. But we're out of redraws, so we kind of have to just make do with what we've got. And that might mean playing some suboptimal hands. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with getting a pretty high-scoring flush. I was being greedy. That's really what this comes down to. I would have actually gotten it there, but, whatever. I guess, so we don't have a lot of money still. We need to start saving a little bit of money to be able to buy things like the voucher. You also get interest for every 5 coins that you have, $5 you have. If we want to, we can skip this blind, but that means we're not going to get another chance to buy that voucher, which I would kind of like to get. Don't love discarding my spades. So I think I'm going to do this and see what I draw. That was not any better. Well, yeah, I'm just going to go for the heart flush. We need to make sure we're getting some points instead of just throwing things away. So we're getting into this pretty heavy spades now. And I think doing this and now going for that royal flush is probably good. We've got 10 jack. Like, we're very close. 8, 7, king, or ace will get it. And we have multiples of some of those cards. We didn't get it. So, we're actually going to go ahead, since we are so close, I am going to go ahead and waste one of my plays as a redraw. Just get a high card. That really sucks. Oh, wait, no, we got it. 8. There we go, straight flush. Because this gets us to the win by itself. That is really good. Hearts and diamonds count as the same suit. So it's basically, we could start making straight flushes with just red. Yeah, I think that's more important than getting this voucher, unfortunately. Now, these don't add any multipliers. We're counting on just getting a very good hand here. And I think... yeah, I'm going to go ahead and not spend any more here. This one's actually a really good one for us. We just have to play 5 cards. We want to play 5 cards anyway to get our straights. Okay. So I have to think a little bit outside the box here to get my math right. So ace, queen, 10 are the first 3 cards of a straight. Because we can skip 1 in between, and all black cards count as the same suit. I think we just discard and go for it. We have more black than we do red. Straight flush. This isn't going to be enough to... Oh, maybe it will. Okay, yeah. We're not going to be able to do this for much longer, where we just instant win like that. But right now, it's pretty solid. The other thing we can do here... Oh, Spectral Pack could be interesting. Reroll Boss Blind, 1 time per ante. So I'm gonna buy 2 things. I'm gonna buy this. Now, that's not that great, but it starts building our constellation multiplier up, which we need to do. I think I'm also just gonna buy, well, I thought that was a 2. This one's really good. For the short term, it's a good bridge card, like in the middle of the game. Because it basically just gives you an extra plus 100 on before the multiplier on every hand you play. But it goes down every time you play a hand also. So actually, this could be really good. I think this is worth doing. And I'm gonna go ahead and do this as well. Even though that means that we're not getting boost, and we're gonna grab Neptune. Because that's another multiplier there. So the difference here, so this is just a plus to the multiplier, so 14. This takes that 14 times 1.2. And when if we build this up enough, we'll be able to start getting like a straight up double on that, which is pretty awesome. Okay. So I think we go for red this time. Not going well. 2, 3, 5. We just need like a 7, or I was hoping for something in the like 7 range there that could bridge or because a red 7 would bridge those. And we've got 2 red 7s in the deck still. There we go. So straight flush. We get this, or this goes up to like 200, and then it just bumps to 300, and then times up to, yeah. You can see how this can get ridiculous pretty quickly. And finding these synergies based on what you have available is the fun to me. Played cards with the heart suit give a bonus to multipliers when scored. Oof. I wish. So the nice thing there is that means this applies to any red cards because of this. However, we have less red cards than we do black. I don't think this is worth getting right now. However, I do think I'm gonna pick up an Arcana pack. No. I'm just going to continue. I think we can still hit this pretty easily. Trade high card by 3 levels. That's not worth it. Unless this counts as a planet card, which I don't think it does. Okay. Ace 3-4. We can do a straight with. That is a weird straight flush, but we'll take it. I want to try and maximize getting one hand whenever we can, because that means that we don't have to spend our ice cream value doesn't go down as fast. Okay. So we're gonna go. Actually, wait. Is this 2? Yeah, this is 2 out of 5. So I can either spend 6 on 2 that I don't really want that much, or I can go for the Mega Celestial Pack and get 2 that I have another chance at getting something I want. There's our Neptune. And I think we go... You know what? 2 pair is a pretty common one. So let's just bump that. That'll get us a slightly higher multiplier on it if we end up needing to do that. I guess technically we could do both of these as well. And that would give us another 2 on the constellation. That seems good. And this is obviously bonuses to the constellation on top of the bonuses that we're getting just to our hand values. Okay, start with 0 discards. That sucks for our setup. I was not paying attention to what that was going to be. Okay, so we may have to lean heavily on our ice cream for this one. Which sounds kind of funny, but, you know, it is what it is. Unfortunately, I think I just need to do this. This is going to be a high card. It's not very good, but that gets us our straight flush, which might be enough by itself to finish it off. There we go. So this does work with straight flushes. I was thinking about picking it up earlier. We could do this, which has a chance of getting... So the nice thing with the booster packs is with these, we do also have a chance of getting special cards that have enhancements on them. Now we haven't pulled any playing cards yet to add to our deck. I'm a little tempted to do this. Let's do this just so I can potentially show you what I mean by that as well. So these have things like, so this one, if it stays in your hand, you get a 1.5 times multiplier on the other cards that you play. These ones, if they're held in your hand at the end of the round, you get $3 extra. So basically, if we don't use these, they end up in, we can end up using them or just getting extra bonuses. This one, however, is really good. So this is a wild card, can be counted as any suit, and it earns $3 when we play it. It's also right in the middle of the deck, which is really good with our shortcut. Okay, I might do this. Especially with what the pillar is coming. So the way that these skip blinds work is you get to completely skip one of the rounds. That means you don't get any rewards for it, but it also means you don't have to go through it. In this case, we get, and you get some sort of reward for it. So this time says it's a spectral pack. We get one of the 2 available cards and we have to use it right away. I feel like this is worth doing partially because the pillar, the boss for this ante, is cards played previously this ante are debuffed. So whatever cards we play during these 2 rounds aren't going to count for score. That means if we do this, we skip one of the rounds so that we don't have any penalties, and we get a spectral pack, which means I can also show you what spectral packs are. So create 2 copies of a card in your hand, add negative to a random joker, but we get -1 hand size. Joker or negative on a joker means that you get to have 6 instead of just 5. I think we go cryptid, and I think we go, what do you think, 9? Right now we have 5 6s. I'm kind of tempted to lean into 8. Because that's 2 away from the 6, so that'll give us a better chance of drawing them together. So now we've moved up here from 52 cards to 55. We've added 3 more, and you can see here we're now, our black cards are 32 versus 24 red, and we've got extra 8s and 6s. Our ice cream is still at 80. That's pretty solid. Let's go ahead and give this a shot. I think we are getting to the point now where I'm not going to be able to one-shot this. I'm gonna go ahead and wait, no, we want to not play things. Yeah, we want to go for the discard here. Because anything we play is going to end up not working in the boss fight, in the next round. I feel like it is worth it to get our multiplier up here on our joke. And that's kind of what we're doing, kind of what we're using this ice cream for. This is not something I'm expecting to last the whole game. This is a holdover to help us bridge that gap, because it makes our hands so much more powerful now while we're building this multiplier up. Okay, so we know the middle red cards are debuffed. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. And I think I'm tossing, yeah, I'll keep the jack and the ace because we may be able to draw a bridge pretty easily. No, we didn't. Now, we could just go for a flush here. And I'm kind of tempted to do that. We're still relatively close to a straight flush, but discarding and drawing 5 is going to have the same effect on our deck at this point. So I think we do this. No. This. And actually, yeah, I don't love that. Yeah, let's keep ace through or ace, king, jack. Give us a chance at a royal flush. Now, this is not going to score nearly as high, but we've got 4 hands to do it. So now we can do this, which is a straight flush, and will probably give us around 10,000 as well. Still not quite enough. You can see how here the difficulty is ramping up pretty significantly, as well as there we go. You know, our ice cream is starting to diminish in its power. The base multiplier we're getting from this is starting to not be worth as much. But that being said, we still had a hand left and we're over 20,000. Adds the number of times the poker hand has been played to the multiplier. So this is going to add 10 on all of our straight flushes. That's pretty solid, honestly. Especially early. Played cards with a spade. Actually, no, never mind. This is much better. So this is going to add, well, for now it's going to add 10. But we're also trying to minimize how many times... Well, actually, is that better than this? Most of the time. So this is going to generally add 20 to our multiplier. So that means this is going to be a 37. And then that 37 gets multiplied by 1.8. And this would make it 47 total. And these two work really well with the constellation as well, because it is a multiplier. Unfortunately, that does mean we lose our ice cream, but I think we're at that point. I said that was going to be a stopgap. We need to make sure the constellation is on the right side here. Because all of these get taken care of from left to right. We want the multiplier to go after all the addition, so that it maximizes. 11,000. First hand is drawn face down is a really annoying one, but I don't think it's worth skipping. Ace 3 5. Can do the low red here, or we can do, yeah, I think keeping the black cards in the middle here is probably better. More draws that we can do because we can go above or below it, plus it gives us the multiplier from the Wrathful Joker, and that'll do. If the first hand has only one card, add a permanent copy of that card to the deck. Each king held in hand gives you a 1.5 times multiplier. That's actually interesting. Now, unfortunately, we don't actually have another slot free right now, and I'm really happy with what I have. So I think what I'm going to do is do a Jumbo Arcana pack here. Because we have not actually drawn any cards in a while. Make 3 more cards into spades? Don't mind if I do. Or we can do 2 planets, which takes this up to a times 2 multiplier. But this is random. we go for the spades. So let's go like that. And we now have just more black cards, which is exactly what we want. We're up to 35 black cards. And I think part of the important thing here is that it's a lot of these ones in the middle, like I had been mentioning from the beginning. This will give us $10 if we just skip it outright, but we don't get another buy session. Honestly, that might be worth it. I think we can hit this pretty easily. We would have gotten about $10 anyway. So what we're gonna do is just straight up discard our first hand. Discard our second hand. And hopefully win. There we go. Okay, this is going, so this is a very good voucher. This gives us one hand, or one extra hand. So now we get 5 hands every turn, or every round, which is fine. And honestly, I think we're gonna get both of these packs. Let's get the Celestial pack first. Obviously, if we get Neptune, that'd be ideal. Let's go ahead and get Jupiter as a backup, because flushes are a great backup for what we've got. And then let's do an Arcana pack. This can either give us another Jupiter, convert 3 cards to clubs, which is exactly the same thing as converting 3 to spades. I think we're doing that. Our goal by the end is genuinely to be as many black cards as we possibly can and as few red cards as we can, based on how this setup is. So if we have all one, all we have to do is get a straight, and that's with skips in it. That feels pretty solid. Like, we should be able to do that. I think actually we do this. Oops, that didn't work. There's too big of a gap there. Don't like discarding this. Okay, we're gonna do something a little bit unorthodox here because I'm getting I feel like we need to actually save a few discards, and I feel like we have enough space here to do this, to use a few plays. And now we win. So I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna turn 1 card into a wild card. That actually is really good because it means that we can. It's basically just another way to eliminate one of our red cards. And let's go ahead and grab this. 2 pair, pair, straight. feel like it's really unlikely that we end up... I'm gonna go ahead and do this too. I feel like it's really unlikely that we end up not... If we get a straight, it's unlikely that it's not also a flush at this point. And this actually gets to chill in our hand up here, which is really cool. Actually, do we want to skip the blind here? Diamonds are debuffed, that's fine. Yeah, let's do a Mega Arcana pack. This is going to give us 2 more tarot cards. Okay, so we're going to turn a card into a wild card. We're going to use this to create 2 random tarot cards. We're going to use this to get another 13 bucks. We're going to use this to turn, let's say, one of our kings into a steel card. Once again, kings are on the end, so they're a lot less versatile than these middle cards are, so holding it makes a lot more sense. And now we still get, I think, based on where we're at, I think giving Empress to our 8 and our 5 feels good. Diamond cards are debuffed. Oh no. Now that does mean all of our red cards, just for the record. Let's go ahead and discard and redraw from the middle. Straight flush with an extra multiplier here. Yeah, that's kind of ridiculous. This almost feels... It almost makes me feel bad, but breaking this game is really fun, so we'll take it. And that pushes us up to ante 7 out of 8. So we've almost won. Now this does... Almost is a big word here. Let's go ahead and grab another tarot pack. Turn 3 more cards into spades. Honestly, I might just do that. And we'll do the Celestial pack. This gives us another flush boost and another little bit on our multiplier. Now, we could do Hieroglyph here. What that does is it basically gives us another chance. It gives us 3 more rounds, basically. 3 more chances to buy things because it reduces the difficulty by 1, reduces the ante back down to 6. Now, it also lowers our hand by 1, and I don't feel like that's worth it right now. Next base is shop Joker. I don't feel like we're going to be buying any more Jokers right now. So I think unless we get something real good, like we're constantly building our straight flush to be even better with Supernova. We're building our Supernova up every time, and we're building our Constellation up whenever we buy planets. We need these two to really do what we're doing, to make it as efficient as we are. I feel like it's worth it to just keep it. Not quite. So I'm actually gonna do a 3 of a kind here. Because all we need here is like, so it'd be a 2, a 6, or a 7. Get the straight flush. And there's a win. That's a negative joker, and it's ice cream again. So we can actually buy this, and we get our ice cream back for the last few rounds. And we get our 6th joker slot. Perfect. I think we go Arcana pack here first. Obviously, ideally, we want... So we could do Emperor to just get 2 more random tarot cards that we can use later. We could use Wheel of Fortune to potentially give one of our jokers another multiplier. That honestly might be worth it. It's only a 1 in 4 chance, but it's, it is what it is. Or we can use the Fool and just straight up get another Jupiter and bump this another notch. I think this is worth the risk. So that got us a +10 multiplier. So that's pretty solid. It's not the times 1.5, which would have been slightly better, but we'll take it. So 10 of spades, glass. I think we just go for that. The ×2 multiplier is very powerful with Constellation, because those do, that basically doubles it and then doubles it again. Literally, that's what it does. Yes, it has a 1 in 4 chance of breaking, but we only have a few rounds left. And we've got 56 cards. There's a good chance we only see it once or twice. $1 for every unused discard this run. $30 straight up. But we have to break that 140,000 next time to get it through. I don't think we're going to make any big improvements, so I think we're just going to do this. Extra large blind. This is a really tough one. But we have a pretty powerful deck. This is the first time we're really needing to get multiple hands to get going. So Queen, Jack, 10, 8, 7. And actually, we're going to do this to get that extra multiplier, because doing that with this is better. Wait. There we go. So that was almost 100,000 by itself. The numbers in this get so big, and I've been told they get even bigger, which is just mind-blowing at this point. So we've got a bunch of money now. Let's go ahead and use our Wheel of Fortune. Did not get another lucky one. I'm going to pick up this voucher. So this is that Celestial Packs always contain the planet that we want. Now, there are 2 Celestial Packs here. We've got enough money. So what this means is that all of these are going to have Neptune. Which are going to give us bigger bonuses to start with and bump our constellation. Let's do it. Anti-8. Honestly, yeah. I don't really need the Joker, but I don't need much else either. I'm okay with going through it just for the buy phase. Actually, yeah, if we don't need to use the 10, let's not use it. Less chance of it breaking. And there's a one-shot. These aren't negative, so we can't use them. This is guaranteed to have a Neptune, which takes us up to level 8 straight flush. Go ahead and grab a playing card. Ace of Spades. Yeah. Oh, I didn't read what this was. Okay. All cards are debuffed until one Joker is sold. Easy. So we can sell our ice cream, which is our extra one. And yeah, awesome. Honestly, with that in mind, I think we just skip to the end. I feel like we're in really good shape here. For one random card in your hand, add 4 enhanced numbered cards, or add foil, holographic, or polychrome to one of the selected cards. Yeah, I think we do that. And let's make this 8 that's already good. Even better. So 4, 5, 6. Not great. There's our awesome 8. Oh, there we go. No, we've got it. Straight flush. We get an extra 1.5 multiplier from our king. Extra 50 chips from our 8. And that was another one shot. Literally the last round. Yeah. That blows my mind. I was not expecting that to go as well as it did. A lot of these runs, like one of the problems that I always have playing stuff like Slay the Spire is I like playing it, but it doesn't work as well for videos because, you know, playing until you win is sometimes a long process in these games because you have to get lucky too. You have to get the right stuff. And I'm really glad I got to show this all the way through as a demo. If people like this, I will play some more of it. Again, I have played a lot of it in the last day. I just picked it up, and I'm already absolutely in love with it. There's so much cool stuff in here. Let's see what we just to show how the unlocks work. So, when without playing a pair, so we didn't play a single pair, which means now we get this, which is 2x multiplier if the hand is a pair. That's pretty cool. Start with the Crystal Ball voucher and 2 copies of The Fool. Oh, that's kind of neat. So you get 1 extra consumable, and at any point you can just duplicate one of the cards that you play. That's actually a really good one. So yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap here. Hopefully you're still enjoying. If you are, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. Lots of content out there, mostly RPG stuff, Metroidvanias, not as much in this vein. I do have some old Slay the Spire runs, but hopefully there's a little something for everybody. Definitely check it out. I've been doing this for quite a while, and actually it just passed 7 years and getting close to 3,000 videos, so plenty of videos out there, plenty of content. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And as always, have a good one. We'll catch you next time.